Happy Friday, beauties. How are you today? Welcome back to Hugs and Honey. I am Ariane. Good to see you. I love Fridays. I know everyone loves Fridays. And I hope that you are having a good one so far today. Let me know where you are tuning in from, where in the world you are. Let me know in the comments so that we can create our virtual network across the globe, reminding ourselves that we are all connected and we're not alone. And that we have each other and we are all walking a similar path. If you're here listening to this right now, we are walking a similar path. You are interested in receiving information, something to think about. It's not a prediction. It's not, anything scary. I know there's a lot of people that are afraid of tarot, and I can understand why. There's lots of different tarot readers and, people who interpret the cards differently. And I think a lot of it has to do with our own personal experiences in life and our own perception and, how we interpret the cards. And so I always like to say that I interpret the cards with light. I fill these cards with lightness and with reason and purpose and lessons. So it's not doom and gloom. It is sort of changing the perspective and reframing some of these things in life that happen that we think are just awful, and they feel awful when they happen, but they're also here to teach us something. And if we can look at these incidents in our lives with that in mind, we can get over them more quickly, we can integrate them more quickly, and we can use them for good, for something. Every tragedy, as awful as it sounds, it has a purpose. So even if it's just to remind us how much we can love someone, our capacity to love. So anyways, on that note, I am shuffling the cards and putting the intention for us all of what do we need to hear or think about or know or, be reminded of, validated by, or even warned by. What do we all need to know or hear as a collective today on this beautiful Friday, July 22nd, I believe? What would be good for us all to know? So as we shuffle the cards, this is our intention. And so let's see what we get today. We get the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, card number 12. And he's also called the Martyr. And this is about surrender. This is about recognizing that when we sacrifice and we give things up, we usually have enlightenment. It's usually, so you see how he's upside down. It's like he's a hanged man, but you see his halo around him. He's enlightened. He recognizes that sacrifice, there's always a payment, right? There's always an exchange of energy. So sacrifice, sometimes we have to give things up to level up, right? We have to give things up to level up. And so we recognize that, sacrifices, they could be a number of different things. They could be anything from eating, knowing that it's healthier for our bodies to not eat junk food and processed food and a bunch of sugar. So we're sacrificing, our eating habits for the good of our bodies, because we know that we will be enlightened and healthier and happier if we were to do that. And so this is talking about sacrificing negative thought patterns or habits, sacrificing regularly, like a continual, consistent purging, if you will, and looking at it not as a sacrifice like it's so difficult to do, but as an honoring, as an offering, as a recognition that your divine sacrifice will bring clarity and enlightenment into your life. So do it with a wholehearted attitude, with not begrudgingly, not like dragging your feet and wishing that you didn't have to sacrifice something, but recognizing that it's part of the process, that there's an exchange that we go through in life. There's an energetic exchange with everything. And so it's talking about that. So it's saying, look inside. What needs to be sacrificed right now for purification for yourself? What do you need to sacrifice? Do you need to sacrifice drinking or doing other things that aren't so healthy for your body? Looking at these sacrifices as righteousness, as an offering, that there is balance, strength with sacrifice, that with sacrificing, you actually gain strength in different ways. And if you're not into like the righteousness and the devotion of it, it might actually become a punishment. You might feel like the sacrificial lamb. You might feel, well, although the sacrificial lamb was Jesus, right? And Christians who are watching would believe that, you know, that sacrifice was done for the good of humanity, right? So that we can all have choice, so that we all can make our own decisions and have autonomy and sovereign decision-making power for ourselves. And so we have the consequences. We receive the consequences of our actions. And so, yeah, so this is card number 12, just to go into a little bit of the numerology of it. That's 6 + 6, which means like 2 paths. So here we have 2 paths that we can walk. We can choose the path of divine sacrificing, or we can choose the path of punishment, really. And so it just depends on our choices and what we feel like we need to sacrifice right now for the purification of us as humans, as spiritual beings, and knowing that it will help us on our path, that we will get stronger, we will feel lighter and enlightened through this sacrifice. So what can you sacrifice, right? As we're entering this weekend, what can you sacrifice that will help you in your life, up-level your life, and become more enlightened? This is the question for the weekend. So anyways, I hope you enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, have fun. I see you, I hear you, I'm here for you, and I love you. And I'll see you Monday. Bye.